Starla.
I'm Mik.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Well, this is our fourth Beyond Monopoly. And we've asked a lot of questions, talked a lot about things that's going on in the board game, hobby that we've experienced and stuff like that. First one, kind of our origin story of how we've dealt with this hobby. Our second one was, going to events, cons, board game store events and things like that, and meetups. Then our third one was about going to the stores or trying to really, where do I go to find games and things like that. Now, this one, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Now, the person's beyond Monopoly.
Yeah. And
he said, okay, I'm going to go into the store, find some games, might go to a con or two. If the con be nice to folk out there. But what am I going to get for my family? What defines, and we heard this on the Summer Spectacular when we were with Tom and Z, what defines a family game? And really, how would they define a family game for their family? Because I know for our family, it's really no co-op. Yeah. Unless I want to co-op to play solo with me. Or not too much combat. Unless you want to be solo with me. We're not really in that party games. Not really in the party games. Not too much horror. Really no horror. Really no horror. So that's what's kind of our, what we get. That's kind of the rules of our family.
Those are the parameters that we look for our games. Yeah.
So how can people really explore that? Because we've been doing this for 7 years.
Well, we always say, 7 years. That's kind of misleading because 7 years in the modern board game hobby. But as we've said before, we've been playing games since we were kids.
That's true.
We've had experience with board games all our lives. Yeah. But the modern board games have a different spin on the board games we grew up with.
That's true.
7 years, going on 8 years in this hobby. Yeah. And just to think about the question, I mean, when we first started out, you went out and bought a game that was co-op.
Yes, that's
because you didn't know I
didn't know. I didn't know. This was all new to us.
I know.
This was all new to us.
People that we're talking to who are trying to get beyond Monopoly, you really got to talk to the people in your group or the people in your family to find out what kind of things they like. And then in the beginning, you may or may not know, because I didn't really know I didn't like co-op because I didn't know what co-op was. But I know that, I mean, not that I don't like to work with others, because as a family, we do work together. Yeah. But for some reason in games, I'm trying to do my own strategy.
Yeah, you're trying to compete.
I want to compete.
Yeah.
I want to tax my mind and do it my way. And when you're doing co-op, sometimes you gotta, give in to somebody else's way.
You gotta work with folks.
You may have to do something they want to do, and you think that you have a better way of doing it. And so just have fun for me. I mean, we even tried escape rooms, and I did not like escape room with the group because, again, that's a co-op. You gotta work together to get out of the room, and you got somebody telling you to go some way that's not the right way, and you know a better way, or it's just too much.
Another one, rolling rights. We're not
not a big fan of rolling right either.
Yeah.
But like I keep telling people, you need to know your
family. Yes, you do.
And if you've got kids or if you've got a spouse that's competitive, then look for games where you guys can compete. And one thing I have to tell everybody, when we first started playing games, this one over here was a very sore loser. He was such a sore loser to the point that I had to tell him, I'm not going to play with you anymore if you're going to get mad if you lose.
Because I kept losing.
But
you
threw tantrums.
Yeah, I was a little upset.
So you got to get to know your family. And so what I do like
upset
about this hobby and the fact that we really put ourselves into the hobby is that my husband learned to be a better loser, but that also made to be a better loser.
Whoa, I was a better loser.
But being a better loser also made him a better winner because he was also a horrible winner too. So he would win and he would gloat.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, you still gloat.
Well, we gloat a little bit. We do. We tease. We rib.
Yeah,
but
we do.
When you lose, you got to take it as an opportunity.
Yes.
to get better the next time.
That's true.
So that's what we were able to teach our son. Our son is a good loser. Now, he doesn't like to lose. None of us do in this household. But he doesn't throw tantrums about it.
Yeah.
And that's something that playing games
over the years
has helped us develop.
Yeah.
So but knowing your family and knowing what they like. And sometimes you're going to try some games that are not going to be a hit in your family. And I know that. We have games that have not been a hit. In some games I just don't play.
Now games I like, I buy.
Yeah. Thinking
that Starla would like them, get them to the table. I don't like it. Hurt me. Well,
and I tell him, don't get hurt because we've got so many games. Yeah. And I've said this before on different times we were interviewed. I don't have to like every game. And when you take a game home, if your spouse or your kids don't like it, don't get offended. Yeah. They don't have to like every game. There's so many out there that you will find something that they like. And so, like we said before, you may want to go online. You may want to throw out an idea, say, hey.
You got to talk to them. You got to talk to your family.
Do you like this kind of game? Listen to this. It's a pirate themed game. Do you like pirates? And then you've got kids say, oh, no, Dad, I don't like pirates.
You got to sell them. You got to sell them.
But they say, oh, no, I really don't like pirates. Then, explain it to them. If they really don't like it, then don't waste your money on that because they've got other themes out there. They've got Western themes. They've got, race car themes. They've got so there's so many other themes and game styles and mechanisms and all that stuff, mechanics. You don't have to get stuck on one. You can always find something else. And that's what you got to remember. Don't get stuck on, because this is the new hotness, I got to have it.
Yes.
You don't have to have it.
You don't have to have it.
Go to another game.
Yeah.
So,
because, if you talk to your family and say, well, hey, do you like party games? Some of them might like party games.
No, we like some party games.
Some, but
we do.
Some people
might
like
say wits and wagers.
Yeah, but some people might say that's all they want to do is party games.
Yeah.
But see, like one party game we really don't want to bring out is like Cash and Gun. Not at this time. We like it.
Like Cash and Gun, come on now. Cash and Guns is funny.
It's fun, but
it's a funny game,
but not
with all the stuff that's going on. You don't want to pull a gun on somebody.
No.
But that's still part of our collection.
Yeah,
and that's something we may pull out later. Right now, it's kind of a sensitive thing, but it's a fun game. It's a guilty pleasure right now. I do still like Cash and Guns, but you got to know your family, and then try to do what my husband has done, and it took him a while to do it.
Yes.
Not buy games just because you like them, and then expect everybody else in the house to like them. Sometimes you gotta buy games.
Just like Panamax. You remember Panamax?
Yes, I remember Panamax.
Panamax. I said you're gonna love Panamax. I still love Panamax, and it's not gonna go out of our collection because I love Panamax. But Panamax, you just said nope. I'm not moving all them dice around. I'm like, oh no, you're in the Panama Canal. Come on.
Again, I don't have to play.
It's some good stuff.
And like I tell people, out of our collection, I probably pay only about 80%. Yeah. That other 20, 25% is all his, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And maybe in your family, you may have some games that just you like. Yeah. And if that's the thing, then go ahead and you like that game. You play that game. But don't try to force other people to play with you, because that'll turn them off from the hobby if you try to make them play. Because I told some other people that I play for enjoyment. Yes. I play to relax. Yes. I play to release. Yes. I play to have fun. Yes. So I'm not going to sit at the table and play a game I don't like when it's not going to bring me those things. It's not going to bring me enjoyment. It's not going to help me relax. It's going to keep me tense because I don't like it. And I have too many other options. Yeah. So I just don't think anybody should force people to play games they don't want to play. No. And I think you need to be open. And I have been open. When I tell you I don't like something,
she don't like it.
But it's because I've tried it.
She don't like it. She don't like it.
But it's because I've tried it and I just don't see the value in it for me. Yeah. But for other people, if that's what keeps them happy and makes them relax, I say it's great, and I love that this hobby has so much variety.
Ton. What? It's about 1,000 that come out every
year.
Every ton. So
don't
about 1,000 that come out every ton.
Yeah, I have had people come to us on on social media saying, well, why don't you like co-op? Why don't you like co-op for you just don't want to work with your family? It has nothing to do with that.
No.
We work together all the time, and we play together. I just don't happen to like that particular mechanic.
Because you want to beat up on everybody.
No, it's not that. I just like to play my own game.
Well, I get beat up on.
Well, yeah, because you lose.
No, I lose all the time.
Well,
Yeah, I lose a lot, but I don't lose all the time.
Well, I have to tell you, we've been on a streak lately, and we've been playing
roll for it. Woo!
And
love roll for it.
So now,
roll for
what
it.
Are we?
Get it, huh?
What are we, like 8-5 or?
No, we've been playing a bunch of games.
No, I mean, how many games? I think I've won 8 to your 5.
No, that's like one time. Cause like the first time we played like about 10 games of it. The second time we played like 8 games of it. I mean, we've been playing.
What we like about that one is that it's a nice little simple game.
Yeah.
It takes no real brain power. It's just
roll
fun.
Those dice.
You roll the dice, you match it to the card, and it's fun, it's relaxing. And when we knew it was a winner was when we had our son play it. And we said, hey, come play a 3-player with us, see if you like it. He didn't want to sit down and play it.
No.
And he sat down, again, he opened his mind and said, okay, I'll try it. So he sat down, he played a 3-player game, and it's so quick that we said, well, let's play another one. So after we played 3 games, we say, well, we're done. He won a game, I won a game, my husband won a game. We said, that's it.
I won a game.
And then my son said, hey, y'all want to play another one?
Woo!
And at that point, we knew we had it.
Yeah.
We knew we had it. So that's what happens with these games when you find one
for the family that clicks. They like, there we go. Because roll for it. It clicked.
It clicked.
It clicked.
It was just an easy click.
It clicked.
And I love that variety. That's a game you could pull out anytime. Anywhere.
For anybody.
For anybody, it's easy and simple. Then we have other games where when me and my husband, we really want to, put on our thinking caps and go head to head and strategize, then we pull out those difficult games.
Yeah.
And I love the variety.
Yes.
I can't say that enough. The variety is what keeps me so entertained in this hobby.
Because it's a lot of families that all they get is might be just co-op because they just want to work together. They don't want all that competition and
they may not.
Fighting and blood on the water and blood on the island. Like you survive, people getting eaten up and stuff. They just want to have just work together.
Yeah.
So they can get all co-op.
Yeah.
They can get pandemic, and try to save the world from from diseases, or they can do something else, and they can just, like Robinson Crusoe, and try to get off that crazy evil island and try to kill you every minute. So if they want to do that, that's fine. Yeah. All their collection can be just mostly all co-op.
Exactly.
It just depends on what your family feels, what they want to play.
And what I like about our collection is that we have quite a bit of variety. I mean, from dice games to card games to tile laying games. Yeah. We've got some roll and write games.
We got one.
We have a roll and write. And, you've got your solo games. Yeah. So, and we've got some co-op games. We have them.
That's solo for me.
That's solo, but I mean, we don't have to play them, but there's a place for them in our collection because somebody likes them.
Somebody likes them.
So that's one thing we want you to think about when thinking about what kind of games you're going to add to your family. And your collection doesn't have to be like ours. It doesn't have to have all these games. But I think that, maybe having enough games where there's variety. You don't want to get bored. You don't want to think that every time someone comes over, you only got one game to pull out. So you're going to want a few games, so you have a little variety. But just knowing your family, knowing the people that you're going to play games with, that's what you need to work on and ask questions. And, because you don't want to waste your money and buy something that people don't like.
Because, the thing is that a lot of people that's probably hearing this or, we'll talk to, they're coming from where the only game they had, they had Monopoly, about 3 different types of Monopoly, Disney princesses, NASCAR, Mustang, they had all different, variations of the one Monopoly, and then they had, maybe Sorry, Life, maybe Connect 4. So they have all that, and they have Uno on the side. Y'all want to play Uno? We'll play a little Uno. So they have that. But, that's everybody plays those. Yeah. But now you're trying to get specific because in our hobby, you can get real specific.
You can.
And that's when you really got to sit down and talk to your family and say, okay, what are we going to do here? We got some games where you can work together and do some things. We fight against the game, in co-op, or we can, fight against each other. We can build a city, economically, or we can, be a Western, like with Western Legends. What do you want to do? What do y'all want to do? How do y'all want to play?
Yeah. And don't chase the hotness.
No.
Just because something is new and it comes out, You don't have to have it because there's so much value in some of the older games. And just because the game has been out 2 or 3 years, and that's considered
it ain't dead. It ain't
no,
dead.
it's not dead because Monopoly's been out for decades.
Yeah,
you know, so
it ain't dying.
It ain't dying. So you know, people think the game's been out. You know, it's been out 5 years. It's old.
No.
It has the same value today that it had 5 years ago. So don't chase the hotness when your family said, "Hey, you got to try this because it's new."
Because you know, like I'll pull out Thieves in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And you know, it won the Spiel des Jahres a few years ago from Queen Games, but you know, I still throw that out because it's fun.
It is fun.
You know, fun.
Yeah.
And then even the our oldest one in our collection, Bazaar.
Bazaar. Oh, right.
Yeah, Bazaar.
I love
that was back in the 60s and stuff. You know, that's still fun.
It is fun. So just know your family, know the group you're going to play with, and try to get games accordingly. And if you can, take somebody with you when you go shopping so that you can, form an opinion at the store.
Yeah.
Or if you're shopping online,
Yeah.
talk to them, Don't just buy stuff because you're the only one that likes it and you don't know if they're going to like it and you're taking a chance. Because a lot of people are not going to invest in 200 games.
No.
So if you're going to invest in 10 or 20, then make that worth your money and find something that you and your family can love and that you can play and want to play over and over.
And then get a couple of games, for for the two adults,
so 2-player games.
For 2-player games. So when the two adults got the kids go on somewhere, you can play something with the two adults.
Or you can get a 4-player game that plays well with 2 people. We have a lot of those too. And that way, if somebody else comes over, they can share your love for that game.
But when them kids go to bed or go away, you got something
some 2-player
games you can play.
We did a playthrough of Patchwork. That's an awesome little 2-player game. So that's just what we want to tell you. When you try to get beyond Monopoly, if that is your goal and you've made that your mission, I'm going to do something new, I'm going to find new games, then make sure you find games that you and your family can enjoy.
Because there's so many good games out there.
Yeah.
Man, there's some games out there. Because we love playing them. And I'm so glad that over these years that we kind of know what our family loves. We know. Even though I still get a few that I want to try on you, and it's kind of unsuccessful most times, but sometimes it's successful. Because see, you gave Viticulture another try.
I did.
You gave Viticulture another try.
That is a good point. That
yes, you did.
Sometimes you'll try a game, and the good thing is we tried Viticulture with other people.
Yes.
It wasn't our game. We hadn't spent any money on it. We tried it with other people, and at the time I just didn't care for it. So now that we actually have that game in our collection, I've given it another shot. I actually like it. So sometimes people can change their mind. They can change their mind.
They can change their mind.
Yeah. So I can change my mind.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then the biggest one, Hansa Teutonica.
Yeah, but okay.
It's ugly. It's ugly. It's a good game now. It's a good game, but it's ugly.
No, but that game was never one that I had to change my mind on.
No.
I liked it from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was surprising to you.
Yeah, because
it's not an attractive game.
Yeah,
and I love games that are colorful or cute or have some kind of
cuteness.
Really nice element or nice artwork.
Yeah.
Hansa has none of that.
None of that.
But what I loved about
it's
Hansa
German ugly.
Were the mechanics of it. The mechanics of it intrigued my mind. So sometimes it goes beyond the visual and it just went into my mind. It's like, oh man, I love the way this game works. I love the way it makes me think.
Yeah.
So
and I mean German ugly. I mean German medieval ugly. It's German medieval ugly.
Yeah, but that is a great game and it goes beyond the looks.
Yes.
And so I know so many times I say I want cute.
Yeah.
And I love games that are beautiful, but just because they're beautiful don't mean that they're good games.
That's true.
They can just have this nice little shiny front, but underneath the mechanics suck, and then you don't want to play it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of games out there like that.
Yeah, they made them look pretty on the outside, but when you really get down to the nitty gritty, they're not good. Get beyond the beauty sometimes.
You got to get beyond the beauty.
And
that again goes to what your family like.
Yeah, what your family
what is your family into. And what your family like.
Exactly.
And I think you just have to sit down with them, because if they just coming from that Monopoly type world of Sorry and all that stuff, Monopoly, Sorry, Uno and all that, and you
it's
said,
gonna take some time.
you know,
maybe.
what we need to sit down and see what we like.
Yeah,
you know, what we like, because we got all these games over
Monopoly?
here. You know, we got that's right.
What do you
that's
like
right.
about Monopoly?
What do you like about Monopoly? That's right.
Yeah.
What do you like about this certain game?
Yeah.
You know, what do you like about life?
Yeah, what do you like about it? Because maybe
you know,
we can find some
yeah.
of those same elements in another game, but just to another level.
Yeah.
Because these new games, they just elevate board gaming to the next level.
Yeah.
They just do.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So I mean, that's something we got to talk about.
Yeah. 'Cause, you know, what do you like in Jenga, or what do you like in Uno that can be, you know, translated into one of these modern games?
But it'll help the game buyer if you have a game buyer, which we do. My husband is he's the game buyer, because I mean, you think out of almost 300 games, I would have bought half of them, but I didn't. I think I probably bought 10 that I actually said, this is what I want and I want to get it. He buys all the others. Okay, that's another story. But the game buyer in the household really has to know what people want.
Yes. And still try to bring some games in here that you think you kind of might like, but then you get disappointed when you don't like it, but you still try anyway. You know, hey,
So I know every family has a game buyer, you know, so whoever that person is.
Like Fury of Dracula.
Yeah.
Why you don't like Fury of Dracula?
No.
It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, every household, I'm sure, has a game buyer who's going to be the one that's going to take the responsibility of finding those games for the family. I just hope that person will have a discussion and try to understand what people like, so that their game buying will be successful.
Because, you know, like it's something that someone wrote, I saw somewhere that we were talking about. I think you said that, you know, with larger water deep, some African American households might not like that because of the Dungeons and Dragons aspect. Some folks say, well, what do you mean? You know, black folk don't like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons. And I think maybe you can kind of educate of what that means, because, you know, the black church has been very instrumental in our community.
Yeah.
And explain to them why, you know, some games, like, you know, maybe Dead of Winter, about zombies and all that stuff, might not go well in certain households.
Yeah, because, you know, when Dungeons and Dragons came out years ago, it had this demonic connotation to it.
Yes, my grandmother said that. I was worshiping the devil when I was in middle school.
Yeah, so people who are, you know, churchgoers, you know, they don't want to play games that may have a demonic connotation. Yeah. So zombies and stuff like that, sometimes. Yeah. I'm not saying every household, every African American household, but a lot of people, and I mean, I heard that when I was a kid. Oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is demonic, it's got witches, whatever, you know. But as I got older, I just realized it's just a game.
Just a game.
You know, it's only what you make of it. Yeah. But some people don't let go of those beliefs and those feelings. So that's not a game that I would introduce to African Americans off the bat.
Yeah, once that are really into the church.
That's into the church.
Yeah, they're really into the church.
I need to find out where your religious hat is.
Yeah. Now some African Americans, some African Americans, they probably like, oh, that's cool. You know, let's try it out and stuff. But then, you know, the ones that are really into their church. Yeah.
And so Lords of Waterdeep is not really Dungeons and Dragons, but because it's in that family, people may say, oh, I don't want to do it. You say Dungeons and Dragons. So
or even Fury of Dracula.
Fury of Dracula. So those are things that you got to be particular about with the people you play with, you know, your group. You know, we've done cons at churches and stuff, and those are not the games that we're gonna pull out.
Yeah, we're gonna do code names and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do code names. And Splendor, you know, Ticket to Ride. We're not gonna pull those games out just because we don't want to offend anybody, or we don't want to, you know, make anyone feel uncomfortable if they're not okay with those type of subjects. Yeah. So so those are the things. Yeah. So it's not about African Americans, all of us, or, you know, don't like Dungeons and Dragons, but it was something that was discussed and that was rumored about when I was a kid, that there was the demonic type thing. Again, we don't believe that because I love Lords of Waterdeep. So, but it still around.
Now, no families of color, a little roll for it.
Yeah.
Woo! The Dyson, you know, throwing the dice.
It's such a fun game.
And cards and dicing, and then you challenge each other for cards and stuff. Yeah. That's some fun stuff. I really enjoy that.
It's really nice.
That's really cool.
But again, if you're trying to get beyond Monopoly, I guess the message of this video is to make sure you have a discussion about what you like.
So sit down, everybody.
Pick the right games. Have a discussion. You may want to have a table discussion with the family. Hey guys.
At dinner.
Yeah. Hey guys. I want to get some new games for it. What do you guys think? Just because we don't want you, again, don't waste your money, don't waste your time. We don't want you to be frustrated saying, I keep trying to buy games and they're like nothing I bring in. Well, let's have a discussion.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the message of this video. When you're trying to get beyond Monopoly, have a discussion.
Have a discussion.
With
Talk
the
to your family.
that you're going to play with.
Yeah, so you can have the rules of engagement for your family of what they want. Because we know our rules of engagement. We know.
We know.
And cute is one of them on there too.
Yeah, I like cute stuff.
But cute is on one of them.
But it's not always cute.
Not always cute. But that's one of the things.
Yeah, for us.
And I'm hitting your hand all the time. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But it's just that you still have to have those conversations.
Yes.
You have those conversations so you can find something good to play.
Yeah.
And just have some fun. Because that's the one thing we always emphasize. Families got to have fun.
They do.
Especially during this time when you got COVID and other crises, especially, people of color, we got to get some stress off of us.
A lot of stress.
So stress. So, the games, this hobby has helped.
It helps a lot.
And I love this hobby because this hobby has helped.
Stress reliever.
Ooh,
yes. It brings joy and laughter to
this
family. So
yes, it
we
does.
laugh about a lot.
Even though, Catan, we don't, get the right trades we want, survive, we killing up everything in the world, you magic, your man, we still laugh at it.
We laugh at it.
5 tribes, we trying to outdo each other, but we still have fun. Still have fun. Yeah.
So the message of this video, if you're going to try to get beyond Monopoly, and we want you to do that, have a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for us right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because, sit down. Talk to folks. Talk to your family. Say, we need some games in here. We need to do some stuff. Yeah. And just have some fun.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right. Now, remember that you need to find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube and hit that little notification bell and say, hey, the next video's coming out. I got to check them out.
And we're also on the Dice Tower.
Dice Tower. Oh, and on shirts, too. Tell them about the shirts. Right. The shirts.
Our Family Plays Game shirts have been selling like crazy.
Yes.
If you check out our social media, you'll see people have taken pictures in our shirts. We just love sharing our message with you, and we want you to share that your family plays games.
Your family plays games too.
So just get a shirt. Tell everybody that our family plays games.
Our family plays games. And just join in with our family, and so we can show everybody that families, we love games.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So guys, have a great one.
All right, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.